Welcome back to another episode of Animal General with me, your host, Dr. Mike Hutchinson. Today, I'm going to talk about cold weather dangers for our pets. Veterinarians around the United States agree that our pets should be indoors when the temperatures go down to about 40 degrees. I know that's a surprise to a lot of people because you think, well, heck, they have a fur coat. They shouldn't really get that cold. But what we know is that pets can get frostbite just like we can if you leave them outside. Ever look at their ears? Most of the pets have very little fur on their ears. So the tips of the ears can get frostbite. They can get frostbite all over their body, but that would be one of the more common areas. Some of the short-haired dogs and cats especially are susceptible to cold weather. And I don't care if you put a sweater on them, that'll keep them warm for the 20 minutes that they're out playing and burning energy and staying warm. But they should stay indoors, and that would be the best advice that we could give. So what if you have an outdoor pet, a pet that's going to stay in a doghouse? Is a bigger doghouse better than a smaller doghouse? Not necessarily so. Let me explain. Although a bigger doghouse might seem like it's better, it really isn't. They want to stay warm. So you want to have an opening. Everybody can picture that. And then you want to have a wall so they have to go around it to get into the compartment where they're going to lay down. That way they can stay warmer. And you want it to be a smaller area where they have enough room to curl up and are out of the breeze. Now you want this off the ground too, because if you put a doghouse on the ground, it brings up that moisture from the earth. And that can make them cold as well. So you want to raise it a little bit. And it's an always good idea. I see a lot of these people on farms, they'll get bales of straw and they'll put it around that doghouse from some extra insulation. That's a great idea. Maybe even spread some straw on the inside too. Now, do you need a flap on it? If you have that wall, you probably don't, but it's not a bad idea if your pet will use it. And that's a pet variable that we don't know unless you try it. But you do want it to keep them out of the draft. You want to keep them warm. I prefer you have a closing on it so that it stays warmer inside. They can maintain their body heat easier. And you want to make sure that they actually get more calories. This is one time you'll see us veterinarians talking about feeding your dog more for the winter because they want that extra insulation, that fat, to keep them warm because they're going to burn a lot of calories just trying to keep warm, as opposed to an indoor dog that we don't want fat because they don't need those extra calories. The other problem in the winter is water, keeping it from freezing over. Nowadays, they have really good heaters that you can set them. They're very safe. We don't have to worry about our dogs getting electrocuted, and it will keep that ice off, but you still have to check them, make sure they're not tipping those over, make sure that they have adequate fresh water all of the time, and then keep them fed, and please try to get out there and give them activity every day and show them that they're loved. Now, if we get into other things about winter cold weather dangers, we talk about antifreeze. Every winter in our part of the country and probably most places that get cold, people will have antifreeze problems they'll have it in their garage, it'll start to drip, and dogs like the taste of it. It's sweet. Cats like the taste of it. Unfortunately, back in the 90s, they were supposed to make that real bitter. Most of the antifreezes today, ethylene glycol, are still very sweet to animals, and they'll lap it up. And it's extremely toxic to their kidneys. Cats and dogs can get kidney damage within 3 hours of ingestion. So if you suspect that your animal got into that, you have to get to your veterinarian right away. That's very important. Car hoods. Cats love to get up under car hoods because it's warm. So think about that. We used to have this thing in the emergency clinic what we called fan belt cats. The car would start up, the cat would get scared, jump right into the fan belt because they were under the hood. That's a horrible, horrible accident that we want to avoid. So if you do have an outdoor cat or outdoor cats in your neighborhood, maybe pound on that car hood prior to getting into that car because cats will get up underneath there because it's very, very warm. And I talked about hypothermia or frostbite in dogs and cats. Well, leaving dogs in an automobile that's turned off. We worry about the heat in the summer. We worry about the extreme cold in the winter. They can get very, very cold inside a car as well. We don't recommend leaving your pets in the car. And then we talk about space heaters and wood stoves, things like that. You want to be very careful with your pets because they can get serious burns as well. The other big thing that I see in the wintertime that makes a lot of sense, and I think if you think about it, us people, as we get older, we have degenerative joint disease or arthritis. Well, our pets with arthritis seem to get a lot worse when it gets cold out. So it's probably a great time to go see your veterinarian to get that winter tune-up for your pet and make sure that their joints are nice and lubricated. We have a lot of supplements that we can provide. I've talked about omega-3 fatty acids, things like cosequin or dasequin, which are glucosamine and chondroitin sulfate for the joints. And certainly, if necessary, we can provide medications as well. There are a lot of things that we can do to help that pet get through the winter. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, don't just live and let live, but live and help live. Have a great day.